Hello, welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming in today. Hello. Des de Ventos from Angola. Very nice. Hi, Yazel. I'm doing fine. How about you? And hello, House. Jackson, Brazil. Thank you. Thank you for coming here today. Hello, Audible. And Ko-Fi from Ghana. Very nice. Welcome. My name is Legend. Hello, Shirwa from Sky. Hello from Sky. Good evening from France, Edwig. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to try talking about some English today. See if we can practice our English and descriptions. How to describe something. Many ways to describe something because it depends on what it is, right? So today's lesson is, can you describe it? Can you describe it? How many people feel that they can describe things pretty well in English? My name is Legend. Can you describe things in English? Hello, Rain from Kazakhstan, and I'm Boy from Australia. And Tari needs some words. Okay, we'll talk about words for describing things then. Yes. So when we describe things, we have to use our five senses, right? We use our five senses to describe something. So what are those five senses? Can you name the five senses in English? We need to use, sometimes we don't need to use all five, right? Hello, Faust from Italian. Oh, you are Italian. Very nice. Welcome, welcome. We have seeing with our eyes, right? Hearing with our ears. Smell with our nose. Hi, tar.q2 from Saudi Arabia. You need words. What do I advise for you? I'll show you some words that we use for describing things shortly too. Yeah, smell with the nose, with our mouth. We can taste. Maybe you need to taste something to describe it too. Or taste is part of the description. And what's the last one? Can you think of what the last sense is? We mentioned seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting. Touch, that's right. Very good. That we have to feel things. We can touch them and feel what they feel like. And welcome from California. Very good. That's right. So that's how, these are the 5 ways that we can describe something typically, right? Let's talk a little bit first. Well, feeling is another one. You're absolutely right. It could be something that makes you feel a certain way. If it's not just an object, maybe, right? And we could talk about that as well. I like to hear piano music. Yeah. Do you have a favorite piano song that you like to hear? Ah, okay, just any piano music? So first of all, if you're going to describe something, can you see it? First of all, is it something you can see? So if we're going to describe something you can see, we might ask the question, what does it look like? What does it look like? For example, if I show you this, can you tell me what does it look like? Yeah, if you'd like to learn more about learning with us, please subscribe and join us, and we'll be able to give you more information on learning if you want to learn private lessons sometime too. That's okay. Right, it looks like a piece of paper, and it really is. You know, whether it really is or not, but it does look like a piece of paper. That's right. There you go. Edwig sees my face. So we can see things. Another one, can you touch it? We might need to describe it by touch sometimes. And we can ask, what does it feel like to the touch is what we're talking about today. So think of something we might describe by touch, and what does it feel like? Oh, thank you, Maggie. It's good to smile, I think. And we'll talk about words to describe what something feels like to the touch. Hello, Max. If you're describing something, you might need to understand, can you hear it? Is it something you can hear? Does it make a sound, maybe? Well, thank you, Maggie. I hope you can. So ask yourself, can you hear it? So what does it sound like? And we'll need words, English words, to describe that. Ah, and Edwig, I'm feeling the softness of the silk when I touch it. Yes, it feels soft. And think of something that has a sound or makes a sound. Not everything makes a sound, right? For example, a cup. Unless I drop it, maybe, right? So it's important to understand, what does it sound like? Oh, thank you, Maggie. I'm glad my voice is coming out okay. Very good. And then for smell, is it something we can describe? Can you smell it? Can we use smell to describe what we are talking about? You might ask, what does it smell like? Ah, very good, Edwig. You can hear the birds singing outside. And we'll talk about words that help us describe what it smells like, or if it does have a smell. Maybe something doesn't have a smell. But if it does, it could be used as a way to describe it, right? It smells like roses. Oh, yeah, that would be a nice smell, I think. Right, Julian? And Sivram, my favorite smell is coffee. Oh, yes, I like the smell of coffee too. I smell gas. Oh, okay. Well, you might smell gas. I hope the gas is turned off wherever you are. And another way to describe something, can you taste it? Does it have a taste? Should you taste it? Right? Maybe it's something you should not taste, right? But if you can, we can talk about some words that help you describe what does it taste like. Oh, Edwig, yeah, cherry blossoms smell like honey sometimes. Yeah, and Lissink says, if you smell gas, you should probably run. I think that's a wise decision. Or, certainly don't make a fire anywhere nearby, right? I taste vinegar. Ah, yeah, okay. It could have a vinegar taste to it. So what does it taste like? That might be another way to describe things. Now, there are some other ways we can talk about how to describe something. I taste chocolate, says Sivram. Thank you, Sivram. I taste chocolate. Let's see, Maggie says, I like the smell when the rains. It wets the earth. I don't know if it's right to. Yeah, that does have a unique smell. When the ground gets wet like that from a rain, I can understand that. And Kayala says, these strawberries taste like honey. Very good. There are, of course, some other ways that we can talk about how to describe something too. I taste bubblegum, says Rame. The ground, yeah, Maggie. For example, is it something you can buy? Can you buy it? So we could describe something, if you can buy it, by how much does it cost, for example? What is the price? So let's think for a moment. Think of something you could buy, and how would you describe it? Oh, Edwig says raw potatoes taste like earth. That's reasonable. Since they do grow in the earth, they might have that earth taste, right? That's a good one. So if I talk about, let's see, I'm Julian says I can't buy it because it's too expensive. That's true. How much is the cost for each class? See, those are good questions, right? Or if you're talking about a motorcycle, right? You could say, oh, it has 2 wheels, handlebars, it has a motor, you use gas to fill it up, and it costs, who knows, right? It costs 10,000 or something, depending on what your currency is. You could use whatever currency wherever you're buying it from. Hi, Half. Nice to meet you. Hello, Title. So, yeah, you can use the price to describe it. Is it something you can actually buy? Oh, thank you, Maggie. I appreciate the comment very much. Other things to describe, like let's think about that motorcycle again for a moment. Can it do something? Or does it have a function? Hello, Husu. Hey, Halfa. Thank you. I appreciate the comment. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Title. I appreciate it. How much is this project? Right. Yeah, if you're doing work for somebody, you could describe your work, and part of that description might be how much it costs. And think of if it's something we can look at or hold maybe. Can it do something, and does it have a function? Like think of your phone, right? It does something. It has a function. Maggie, I can understand your English sentences okay. There may be small grammar problems in those, but at least I can understand you. That's the important part. It's difficult to work on grammar sometimes too, but that just takes practice, and you're doing fine. I can understand you. Oh, thank you so much, Turkey. Thank you, Turkey. I appreciate that. So we would ask the questions, what does it do? You like to learn grammar? That's good. Then that'll help you improve if you like it, right? And I'll be using a proper grammar too, or I should be. Excuse me. And what is it for? So what does it do and what is it for? Think about the motorcycle. What does it do? It helps me go from one place to another, right? Oh, thank you, Audible, for the basketball. Thank you very much. We do have a goal today of basketballs. We're trying to collect many basketballs. Looks like, wow, so many. Yeah, over 1,000. But yeah, if you like to give us a gift, basketballs would be great today. Thank you very much, Audible. So let's talk about what we see, how to describe things when we are looking at something. Of course, size. Size is an important descriptor. Where will we be using these materials? If you're describing materials, maybe? And we can talk about the size of something. Is it little? Is it big? And that could depend on what you think is little and what you think is big, right? Not only that size, but long or short will help us decide what the size is like. Yes, what is the closet size? Is it a big closet? Is it a little closet? What other ways can we describe the closet? Hello, Yoga or Joga Dorm from Brazil. The color of the closet. Well, color would be something we could use. Yeah, color is definitely something we can use to describe things. All right, so size, we can talk about whether it's little or big. You know, what is it made of? Very good. That's right. Is it long or short? Hi, Donald. I'm fine. How are you doing? Is it long or short? Yeah, is your house big? There you go. It's a big house. It's a small house. Is something narrow or wide? These trousers large for me. Please give me other small size. Yes, when you're shopping, you might be shopping for trousers. Maybe these are too big, so you need a smaller size. Very good. Something can be narrow or wide. Very narrow or wide, right? And I'm thinking about that closet still. Other ways we could describe that closet, such as, oh, there you go. My dad is tall, but my mother is small. Or short, maybe? Is that what you mean? I mean, she may be very small, of course. And how tall are you? Right. That would be like the height of a person, right? Which is our next set of measurements here. The size measurements, we can talk about the height, the width, and the depth. How high, how wide, how deep. And you're right, Edwig, when we're talking about a person, we ask, how tall? My mother buy for me narrow skirts. So your mother buys narrow skirts for you. Those are good descriptions. So thinking about that closet, we can think, let's see, how high is it? How wide is it, right? And then how deep? Height, width, and depth. How deep is that pool? That's right, yeah. Maybe you have a 10 foot long. Well, I mean, more than 10 feet long. Maybe, a small pool, 10 meters long, 5 meters wide, and who knows, maybe 2 meters deep, right? Something like that, perhaps. And Kayala says, my sister is taller than me. That would be a very good description. How deep is the Grand Canyon? Yeah, that would be an important way to describe the Grand Canyon, telling people how deep it is. And Yanochka says water, I'm not sure what that is, depth to 3 millimeters. I'm not sure I understand that one. Maybe you can explain it to me. I may not understand what you've talked about there. Raim says this bag is heavy weight. This bag is heavy. That's all you really need to say, but you are talking about the weight, and that would be a good way to describe that. Oh, thank you. So the size, and so other than size, let's think about some other ways to describe things that we see, such as shape. Is it square? Is it round? Is it rectangular? Is it oblong? Or is it an irregular shape? It's not really a shape, it's just, made of many shapes maybe, right? Basketball is round, that's right. So describing a basketball, you could say it's, I don't know, is it small or big? It's round. This bar is round type. It's a round type bar. A Rubik's Cube, that's right, is a square shape. Those are all very good descriptions too, and you might use those. Can you tell me more about the Rubik's Cube? What other ways can you describe? What other things can you use to describe the Rubik's Cube? That's a good one. So we know it's square, that's one thing, but there are many things that are square. Oh, Kayala your teacher gave you irregular verbs? Yeah, those can be difficult to learn, but once you understand them, hopefully it gets easier and easier. What else does a Rubik's Cube look like? I don't have one here, so I can't show it to you, but if you know what a Rubik's Cube is, maybe you can help us and describe a Rubik's Cube to us. Very good. Yeah, thank you, Lysinka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly there. Thank you. Yeah, there are 6 colors, one for each side. So color is certainly another way we can describe things. Hello, user 4351, welcome. The corners of a swimming pool are very square. Yeah, they look like this, right? Very good, Edwig. So we can use shape to describe things. Hello, Christine. Hello, Greece. Nice to see you. So if it has a regular shape that we can describe, or whether it is irregular. We could also describe it with some of these terms too. Hello, Denelf. Hello, good to see you. Our working area is 6,000 square meters. Very good. Yeah. That's a nice big working area. Rectangular. Good question. What does it mean? Rectangular. Okay, let me get my pen out here for a moment. And I can draw you a picture for that one. Let's see what I have here. Here we go. Well, first, you know this is a square. This would be a square, but a rectangular, all of the sides are not the same length. The top and bottom are the same length, and the two ends are the same length, but the top is not the same as the side. For example, this would be a rectangle. So many tables that I know are rectangular. Of course, some are square, but some are also rectangular. No problem, Kayala. Yeah, from Azerbaijan. Nice to see you. Welcome. And Edwig says, my bathtub has irregular contours. Yeah, it might be a strange shape, right? I can understand that. It might be irregular. So let's see, some other things about, is it flat or bumpy? Do you know what bumpy is? Is it flat or bumpy? So if you think of bumpy as being kind of the opposite of flat, what do you think that is? Bumpy. The flat type screwdriver, that's possible. So we see this paper. Look, it is flat. Well, yeah, it looks flat, I think. This paper is flat, but if I make it like this, let's see if I can do it. Oh, now it's not flat. It's actually more bumpy. It has like some very small hills on it. They could be very, very tiny, and if you feel them, they don't feel smooth, which is another word we might use. My belly is bumpy. Okay. I can understand that. And my mattress is very flat. Bumpy road, for example. Very good, Rain, if that's right. You're driving in your car and you feel yourself doing this. Yeah, it's not a very flat road. It's bumpy, isn't it? We could also talk about, is it thick or thin? Is it thick or thin? Do you understand thick and thin? Oh, no problem, Kayali. I'm happy to help. Thick being, it actually looks kind of tall or wide, right? Like this box is thick. And our flat piece of paper is thin. Oh, okay, Edwig. I've a thin silhouette. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that shadow or your silhouette, right, is very thin, I think. So yeah, those would be some other ways we might describe what we're looking at. And if you're new, if this is your first time here with us, or even if it's your second or third time watching us today and you like what you're seeing here, please consider hitting that like for us. And also go ahead and subscribe to us if you'd like, or at least follow us so that next time we go live, you'll get a notification and you'll be able to follow us online here while we do some more teaching in the future. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what else here. Some other ways to describe things. Here's another word you might know. Capacity. Capacity. Can it hold something? Or is it a container? Is it a container? Can it hold something? Yeah, see, my cup, it's a container. And let's see, what does it hold? It holds water. So I'm going to take a drink. My mug can hold coffee for me. That's right. Water tank capacity. Yeah, and the capacity can be used for other things, of course, like my cup. It holds water. What else? What else is a container? What other containers do you know? What other things can hold something? I'm thinking about that motorcycle again. Can you think of something on the motorcycle that might hold something or be some kind of container? Oh, I put my meal into a container box. That's right. You might have a food container of some kind, right? Fuel capacity. That's right. Very good, Sapper. Container for trash, maybe. That's right. I'm Julian. A trash can. That's right. It may hold trash. And when we're talking about something that can hold something, we might also look at it and see, oh, is it full or empty? Contained and uncontained engine failure, or fuel maybe? Container for garbage. My kitchen capacity is big. It holds many plates. Yeah, you can put many things in some kitchens, right? So we think about capacity, or if it can hold something, is it full or empty? Let's see. My water cup is full. If I drink more, it will be empty. And I saw somebody earlier talked about the color of things, right? That's how we can describe things. The Rubik's Cube. So to describe it, is it a single color or different colors? And Husu, you are right. We can put something in a container. That's right. My blender is full of fruit smoothie. Oh, yeah, that sounds delicious. My boxes are full with my books. Very good. That's right. They're full of books. My bottle is empty and I fill it with water to full. That's right. Those are all good things for full and empty and capacity. That's right. So yes, we would use capacity to describe. And Farben says, oh, feel so empty without you. That would be a good sentiment, wouldn't it? Hi, Yusuf. Welcome, welcome. And remember back at that Rubik's Cube, how we talked about it had 6 colors. Each side would have a different color when it's solved or when it's fixed, right? So we can describe things whether they have a single color or different colors. That would be one way to describe things. And if you have recently joined us in our live, today we're talking about can you describe it? We're describing things today, and the vocabulary used to describe many things. And Edwig says, my wallet is full of coins. Wow, that's lucky, I think. Yanochka says, my fridge is empty. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can get more food for your fridge soon. So besides colors, what if it doesn't have a color? How would you describe something that does not have a color? Any ideas? I'll give you a few moments if you want to try to type something. Colorless. There you go. Yes, user 6124. Thank you. I'm from Georgia. I'm in the USA. That's right. Air doesn't really have a color. How would you describe that? Colorless is one way. Here's a suggestion for some other things. Transparency. Maybe it's transparent or semi-transparent. It could be clear, like, what can you think of that's clear? Uncolored, you might say that as well. That's a good way to describe it. These are some other ways to describe. My refrigerator is empty like the Gobi Desert. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't mean to laugh because you don't have anything in your refrigerator, but yeah, the Gobi Desert, that's a good descriptor because the desert usually is very empty, isn't it? Something could be clear, which means we can see through it like a window, right? Glass. Glass might be clear. Of course, the air is clear, usually, we hope, anyways. I hope the air's not dirty where you are, because then it's not very clear, is it? Dischromatic. Wow, that's a great word. Oh, thank you so much. Oh. Clear glasses, that's right. If it's not clear, but opaque, maybe we can't see through it. The weather is clear today. There you go. That's a good descriptor. All right, let's think of some other ways we can describe things. And look, we're still talking about only what we can see, right? Oh, it's my pleasure, Kayala. I hope I speak clear enough for everybody. But please let me know if you don't understand something I say. I'll try to be more clear. You could talk about the attractiveness of something. You know, is it beautiful? Is it ugly? Like my lamp. Oh, I don't like my lamp. Oh, it's very ugly. Ooh, right? Or, oh, I love my phone. It's so beautiful. Oh, these are some very good ones about transparency. Edwig says the oxygen we breathe is transparent. And Raim also says you can have a clear mind. That's not something we really look at or see, but the meaning of clear, in that case, I understand. There isn't too much stuff in your mind, so it's very clear. Yeah, you can talk about people, of course, being attractive, but I'm thinking more about things. You know, do you like the way it looks, or do you not like the way it looks? You know, is this box? How attractive is this box? Is it beautiful? Is it ugly? Is it so-so? You know, maybe I don't care, right? And that's very good, Kayala. My sister's so beautiful. And Husu says, I love my wife. She's very beautiful. I certainly hope so. I'm sure she will appreciate that too. And we can, now let's talk about something we can feel, I guess. Think about the weight of something. That's another way we can describe things. How heavy is it? Is it heavy or is it light? Like easy for us to hold, easy for us to pick up. Oh, hi, Abba. Welcome. Thank you for coming in and visiting us today. We're talking about describing things today. So think about that. Think about that Rubik's Cube. Do you think the Rubik's Cube is heavy or light? Oh, hi, Rithel. Hello. Hi, Jury. Hi. The butterfly is beautiful. Oh, yes, I agree, Rain. I like butterflies too. So think about that Rubik's Cube, the 6-colored cube. It's not very big. It's actually it's not very big. Is it heavy or light? And Edwig says my car is very heavy. Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh, hi, Rithel from Brazil. Nice to see you. Welcome. We're talking about how to describe things today. This paper is light. Yeah, I can throw it up and just, you know, it's no problem, right? A feather is very light. Very good, Edwig. Now let's talk about how things feel when we touch them. Touch. How does it feel? What are some things about touch that you can think of to tell us how does it feel? Think of some different things, something you might like to describe, and tell us, how does it feel? Iris, hello, welcome, welcome. And what are some ways we can describe how something feels to the touch? Think about, is it hard? Is it soft? Box? Feels a little bit hard, I think. Maybe my shirt feels soft. A light wind. Oh, hi, Tight Knot, I think. Yeah, I'm doing okay. How are you doing today? And Jury from the UAE, welcome. Washing machine is very heavy. That's right, Lilia. That would be a heavy thing. This rock is sharp. Yeah, see, that's another good way to describe something you could touch. Yeah, you would want to be careful. You should be careful if you touch something sharp, right? Or maybe not touch it because it's sharp. Smooth? Is it smooth or is it rough? Smooth or rough? Lagar from Mali, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you, Orhan. I hope you're learning a little bit, or at least enjoying practicing English with us. I appreciate that. So we can describe things whether they're smooth or rough. You know, this paper, yeah, the paper feels smooth. Maybe, I don't know, the shirt, sort of smooth, I guess. My creamy hot chocolate is very smooth. It looks smooth, I think, right? And maybe you touch it too, I don't know. Can you think of something that might be rough? Something that might be rough. Oh, Husu works for 10 hours each day. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the comment, Tight Knot. I appreciate it. I'm thinking of something called sandpaper. Sandpaper. Do you know what sandpaper is? The feeling of a rose petal is very smooth. That's right. I don't have any sandpaper with me, but I think sandpaper feels rough. Yeah, it has many small hard things in it, like sand, right? Small rocks or stones or sand in it. It depends on what kind of sandpaper, of course. But I think sandpaper is rough. And somebody mentioned if we're driving on a bumpy road, the road maybe feels rough too, I think. Very good answers, everybody. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see what else. If you're new and you've just joined us for our live TikTok, thank you very much for coming to be with us today. If you haven't already and you like what you see, please let us know by tapping that phone, and also go ahead and follow us too. We'll be happy to let you know next time we go live. Oh yeah, here's a file for your fingers, right? That's kind of rough. Other ways we can describe things we touch. Is it hot? Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it cold? So by temperature, right? How does it feel? It feels, ooh, it feels hot, right? Or, ooh, it's cold. Maybe it's not hot or cold, you know? But that is one way we can talk about how we describe things. The water is warm. Oh, thank you, Vice from Angola. Well, I hope you can learn a little bit with us today while we're doing this. Thank you very much, Hernandez. We appreciate the roses. Thank you so much. Today we're trying to collect some basketballs. So if you have some basketballs and you feel like giving us a small gift of those, that would be great too. Thank you very much. Let's see. The trunk of a tree is very rough. That's a good example. I like that, Edwig. Thank you. Oh, hello, Kate. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. He is a cool person. The weather is cool today. Well, yeah, those are two different ways of using cool, I think. But yeah, being cool means that you like them very much, or they are a very interesting person, somebody you like maybe. The weather being cool, though, would be the temperature. That's something you can measure. But yes, describing the weather as cool would be one way. It was a cool party. Well, that would also be another way to describe it. That's right. That would be a different way of using cool, right? Not a temperature cool, but how you feel kind of cool. Yeah, it's too bad, Kate, that we can only talk one way on TikTok Live. But yeah, if you follow us and subscribe to our channel, we would appreciate it. And perhaps we can do lessons in the future. Oh, thank you so much for the basketballs, Hulnara. Thank you, Hulnara, so much, very much. We appreciate the basketballs today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So far we've talked about what we can see, and touch. We've given some words for what we can see and touch to describe things. Let's move on and talk a little bit about sound. How can you describe something from the way it sounds? What does it sound like? Hello, Hassana. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. For example, is it noisy? Is it loud? Is it quiet? Or does it not make a sound? Or is it just silent? A monastery is very quiet and peaceful. That's right. That's a good description. Good ways to describe things. By sound, that's another way. And we can put all of these together. If it's something we can see, something we can touch, something we can hear, we can use all of those to describe what it's like. So by sound, is it noisy, loud, quiet, silent, or can you think of some other way to describe the sound? This room is noisy. That would be a good description. Yeah, thank you, Userbo. My neighbors are noisy. The child is silent today, says Kayala. Very good. And keep silent in the classroom. That's the rules for many teachers, isn't it? Yeah, be quiet unless I ask you a question, is what many teachers will say, right? Fairgrounds are very noisy. Yeah, there's many machines making many different noises. The DJ playing music is very loud. Yeah, they have to play it loud in those dance clubs, don't they? Any other ways to describe sounds that you can think of? The calming sounds of nature. Oh, yeah, like nature sounds. That would be a good description. Maybe it sounds like a bird, or it sounds like the wind. You could describe the sound of things compared to other things, right? Oh, thank you, Hernandez. Thank you so much for the basketballs. We appreciate those today. We are trying to collect basketballs today. Thank you, thank you. A relaxing sound. It sounds relaxing. That's a great one, Raim. I like that. Thank you. So that's right. Let's see. My Tai Chi lessons calm me down a lot. That's good. That's a good way to describe how you feel, describing what your Tai Chi lessons are like, what they do for you. Hello, Alamani. Welcome, welcome. Oh, here's a question. What do I think about the differences between no and nope, or yes and yep between Americans and British, and why? Yeah, it's just slang. It depends on where you grow up, what is normal for you. For formal English, everybody understands that you should just say yes and no, or something that means yes and no in a formal way. But if you're just talking with friends or family or informal situations, you might just say, yep, I think so, or nope, I don't want to do that, or nope, I don't like that. And really, it just depends on the situation and where you grew up, I think. Hi, Hadia, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you. Welcome for coming here. We were talking about sounds and how to describe things with sounds, as well as all of our other senses. And we're moving on now to talking about smell. What does it smell like? Does it have a smell or not? Is it a good smell? Is it a bad smell? Is there no smell? Maybe it doesn't smell like anything. That would be another way to describe things. And we had someone mentioned earlier about how it smells outside after the rain, how the earth smells after the rain outside. It smells like the earth after a good rain. That would be a great way to talk about it. This pie smells nice. Yeah, the flowers smell good. My perfume's smell is amazing. That's another good one, yeah. Amazing is a great way to describe things. If you like really, really like it and it's really, really good, right? But not everything has a smell. We can't use smell to describe everything. Can you think of something we might not be able to describe using smell? Oh, thank you, English. If you're talking about my smile, I assume. Thank you very much. I hope everybody's able to smile at least a little bit every day. In the plant, we smell a gas or poor expired eggs. Oh, okay. So maybe you're telling me the gas can smell like rotten eggs. R-O-T-T-E-N. Rotten. Oh, when you write something, you forget the verbs. Yeah, that's difficult sometimes. What might help if you want to remember verbs more, if you understand what you want to say in your language, your native language, stop right there and find the English word for that so that you can try to remember it more in the future. Because if you try to say things in English that you normally say in your own native language, it can help you remember the verbs a little bit more, I think. That's my opinion. If that's not your meaning, please let me know. So yeah, things can smell good, bad, maybe not have a smell. Something that doesn't have a smell, I'm trying to think, it could be many things really. Something that doesn't really smell, like this finger file. I don't smell anything there. So it doesn't really have a smell. I might not use smell to describe it, but it's thin, it's rough, it's about, I don't know, 6 inches long, maybe almost 1 inch wide. Not really, not quite. And let's see, what else? It's very light. But it has no smell as far as I can tell. That's okay, user 8109. Hi, I'm fine, and welcome from Brazil. You live in Swiss, I think it says. You don't speak English. Okay. If you can read or translate what other people are saying, that's okay too. You're welcome here. Maybe we can help you a little bit today. So we talked about sight, smell, sound, touch. Let's talk now about taste. And I am not going to taste this. No. Because it maybe should not taste this one, right? Do you use the phrase, it smells funny? And please cut my nails. Okay, Ramey, I'll remember to cut my nails later. Thank you for the reminder. English says, do you use the phrase, it smells funny? Could you explain it to us, please? Yeah, I do say it smells funny. And what I mean by funny, when I say it, it just means strange. It smells strange, or maybe not pleasant. That would be my definition. Oh, thank you, Dyer, for the lightning bolt. Diane Usick sent us lightning bolts. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So taste, the soup is tasty, or the soup tastes very good or very nice. It is tasty soup. It's good. That tastes good, right? So does it taste good? Does it taste bad? Is there no taste? That would be a good way to describe things that you might normally put in your mouth, right? Oh, it tastes bland. That's a good description, English. Thank you. Yeah, bland is good. So there's not much we can really say about taste, I guess, unless we can compare it to something else. Isn't that right? Like it tastes sweet, maybe. It tastes like coffee. Now I cook the soup for my family. I'm not sure I understand, but I know you're trying to tell me how the cooking tastes for your family, maybe? That sounds good. You could describe the taste of your soup. What does it taste like? And we briefly talked about and you didn't have any taste during COVID. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, many people were not able to taste things if they had that virus, right? I hope it gets better. My lunch tastes too salty. Salty. That would be good, yeah. Sweet, salty. Black radish is very bitter and pungent for me. Yes, Edwig, very good. Yeah, bitter, pungent, also good. Salty, very good descriptions. And earlier we were talking about the price, or what does it cost? So describing something, if it's something you can buy, is it expensive? Is it cheap? My din. I'm not sure what the din is, Raim. Yeah, you could explain that to me. Cheaper. It's a bargain. That's right. That's another good way to describe how much it costs or the price of something. Describing something that you can buy. These are all very good. That's right. You can compare it to other things as well. Oh, okay. The store dollar. I'm not sure what a store dollar is, but you're saying it's cheaper. It costs an arm and a leg. Yeah. See, that's another way we might describe things in English, right? It costs an arm and a leg, and that means what? It's very expensive. The price of this dress is derisory. Huh. Okay. Tickets for aircraft were very expensive. Yeah, airplane tickets have gotten very expensive now, haven't they? An apartment is very expensive. That's certainly true. Costly. That's a good description. Thank you, Inglis. I appreciate that. Very good descriptive word. So yeah, price is another way that we can describe things. If it's something that we can buy, we might use those words to describe the price of something or how much it costs. Hi, Christian. Welcome, welcome. And Martinelli, welcome, welcome from, it's very small on my phone, looks like a Brazil flag. Welcome. Some other ways we could describe something. For example, does it move? Is it something that moves? And how does it move? If we talk about the way something moves, can you think of some ways to describe the movement of something? Think of something that moves, and maybe you know some words that would describe how it moves. For rich people, the expensive word is as like cheaper, I guess. Oh, okay. Swiftly, right. Like the speed, right? Yeah, the speed. Is it fast or slow? Does it move swiftly? Very good, that's right. This car moves very smooth. That might mean, right, it doesn't jump around very much. The dog moves, that's right. A dog can move. How would you describe how a dog moves? Can you think of some ways to do that? I'm thinking of how the dog moves. What does it do when it moves? The hands of my watch are moving very slowly. And thank you, user Kukuno. I'm not sure what P-R-O-E-D. Maybe your proceed maybe. 2 E's for proceed, if that's what you were meaning. It proceeds. Okay. The conditional thousands rule. I'm not sure I understand what that is, to be honest with you. But we're talking about descriptions today. How can you describe something? The bus moves, that's right. How does the bus move? Think about if you know how to describe that in English, how the bus moves. Can you tell us a little bit about that maybe? So let's go ahead and let's try describing some things. That bus would be a good one to try. Something strange moved to me. Something strange. So what was it? What was it like? You said it's something strange. Can you describe what it is? Well, let's try to describe some things. Now, let's review what kinds of ways we can describe things here. Does it have a good or bad size, temperature, shape, speed, weight, sound, color, price, or smell? Thank you for the comment, Wob. Today we're talking about describing things. We could talk about simple present perfect tense another time, perhaps. Thank you. The train moves on railways. That's a good description. Very good, Alaman. And if you would like more specific lessons in the future, please follow us and subscribe and send us a message. We'll be happy to get back to you and see what we can work out for giving you specific lessons if you'd like. The train moves on railways. I like that one. Very good. From horror film. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the table moves from a horror film. It could, couldn't it? Let me try with the bus for just a moment. A bus, how does it move? Well, it drives on the road. Is that right? It has one driver. It's big. It has capacity. It can hold many people. It has many seats. And let's see, what other ways can we describe the bus? It has how many wheels, perhaps? That's right, there are many people in the bus. Oh, thank you, Hulnara. Thank you very much for the basketballs. We are trying to collect basketballs today, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. And the bus has maybe one or two or maybe more doors that open so people can go in and out. The bus wheels round and round. Yeah, they do. The wheels of the bus go round and round. There is a song about that. Now, if we're talking about something, maybe we like it, maybe we don't like it. We might describe things as whether they have a good or a bad size, perhaps, a good or a bad temperature, a good or a bad shape, speed, weight, sound, color, price, or smell. Does it have a good smell, for example? The bus has plenty of seats. That's right. Thank you, Edwig. Talking about the rose, for example, someone mentioned that the rose smells very good. So yeah, it does have a good smell. But why? Why is it good or bad? Can you think about that? Why do you think it's good or bad? And we would give an answer because something. There we go. A driver is driving the bus. That's right. So let's think about something else we could describe here. What about, let's talk about my handy box here. It's a box. It's let's see, it's not too big. It looks square, at least from the top and the bottom. It looks square. From the side, it looks rectangular. It has a top. I can put things in it. It's a container. It can hold something. Now, does it have a good size? Well, if I need a box to put this in, no, it's not a good size. It won't fit. So it's not a good size because my nail file will not fit in the box. Now, if I want to put this thimble in the box, oh yes, it's a good size. It's a good size because my thimble can go inside. So we can describe things as to whether they have a good size, even temperature. Is it a good temperature? If I have a bowl of soup, it smells delicious. It tastes a little salty maybe, but my bowl is a good size because it holds enough soup. But let's see, the temperature, it's not a good temperature because it's too cold. Or, oh, it's a good temperature because it's hot, and I like hot soup. So when describing things, we might describe whether we like or don't like the size, the temperature, the shape. How do we feel about it, right? Does it go fast enough, or is it too slow, too fast, or just right? The weight. Let's see. Oh, it's too heavy. No, too light. Or just right. The sound. Does it have a good sound? Maybe it doesn't have a sound. But oh yeah, the sound is good. I like that sound. Or no, I don't like that sound. But why? I don't like that sound because it reminds me of an angry bird or something, and I don't like the sound of angry birds. The water of my bath is warm enough to relax me. That's a very good description, Edwig. Thank you for that. And of course, we often use the color as something we like or don't like. Oh yeah, my phone is gold. That's a good color for me. Or, oh, my phone is red. I like red color. I like the red color of the phone. The price, well, of course, we'd like it to be free or not have any cost, right? Everything should be zero. That would be nice, right? But if we have to buy it, is it a good price or a bad price? So we might not buy it if it's a bad price, but if it's okay, yeah, we'll buy it. And of course the smell, like my bowl of soup. Yes, smells very good. I like it. So just try to think of a reason why it has a good or a bad size, temperature, shape, speed, weight, sound, color, price, or smell. Think of why you like something or why you don't like something. See if you can describe the reason why you do or do not like something. Can you think of anything that is difficult to describe? Something that would be difficult to describe to another person if they can't see it, hear it, touch it, smell it, taste it. Just try to think of something that you might have difficulty describing. What's difficult to describe? And then we'll talk about that and see if we can work together to find a way to describe it in English. Maybe you can describe it in your own language, that's okay, but try to see, do you know the words to describe it in English? All right, well, it may be a hard one. It may be hard to think of something that you can't describe. I understand. That's okay. I appreciate you talking with me today here. All right, good night, Hulnara. I hope you have a good sleep. strange. Yeah, if you describe something as strange, you might want to think about why is it strange? What makes it strange? All right. Well, let's see. Let's think of an item here. Um, why don't we talk about a phone like what you might be using right now for TikTok? How would you describe a phone? It doesn't have to be your phone. It can be just any phone that you can think of. How would you describe a phone to somebody who has never seen one before? Can you think of a way? Oh, Kristen, thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. Lilia says, my father is strange. And Spring Rain says, my phone is dead. Well, yeah, but how do you describe what is a phone? Can you describe it to somebody who maybe doesn't see one or doesn't know what it is? So remember some of the things we talked about earlier, and if you came in later, that's okay. We talked about many ways to describe things. I need an iPhone. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? For example, the size. What's the size of your phone? Is it long, short, little, big? Is it narrow or wide? Does it have measurements? My cell phone is very good because it takes a nice picture. Okay, so it has a camera. That would be one way to describe something about that phone, I think. And you mean what is that? Association, maybe? I'm not sure that's what I meant, really. And the shape, what is the shape of the phone? Is it flat, bumpy, thick, or thin? My phone has good memory capacity. You're right. We did talk about capacity and how much can something hold. And you're right. Phones do hold many things now, don't they? It has a memory inside, so it can hold, 64 gigabytes now, 128, 256, 512 gigabytes? Who knows, right? I can't see the words clearly on my phone. My phone is too old. That would be a good description too. Yeah, the features of a phone might be something you would describe, but if if somebody doesn't know what a phone is, wow, how would you describe that? How would you tell them what a phone is? What does it do? My phone is not heavy and comfortable to use, but battery is poor working. Okay, yeah, it's not heavy. It's comfortable to use, but the battery's not working. And EVS, your phone, you can see this seminar. You can use it to watch things online. That would be part of a good description, I think. We can use them for many things these days, can't we? My phone is good because it's thin. It has a good camera and its battery lasts a long time. That's right. That's a very good description there about your phone. Now, many of you may be too young to remember before phones had cameras and anything else, really. But remember the old phones? A phone originally, a long time ago, was just for talking to people, right? You used the phone to talk to people who were farther away, who were not with you. Talk across long distances. Oh yeah, the iPhone 13 Pro Max. That sounds like a really good mobile. 120 hertz display and longer battery life. Weighs around 100 grams. Very good. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad I got your meaning, EVS. Yeah, so you can watch this this video. And if you're new here with us, thank you very much for coming here. We appreciate you being here and joining us today. If you would, please like the video or like our live and follow us. And if you'd like, subscribe too, so we can send you notifications of our next live session. We'll be doing another lesson. The size of my phone isn't practical to put in my very little purse. Oh, okay. So that would be describing why it has a bad size, maybe. Right. Okay. It's not very practical because it's too big for your purse. Very good description. So a phone, for me, is something you use to talk to people in long distance. Maybe in the house next door, but not with you, right? But now these days we have these phones where we can talk to people, we can take pictures, we can make movies. We can do many things now with the phones. They're a small computer. Okay, anything else that you can think of that might be difficult to describe? What else might be difficult to describe? Something that's not easy to describe. Let's see, what about watching? You mean watching on your phone, like watching a TV show or a movie? Is that your meaning, EVS? Hi, soy Maria. Welcome. We've been talking about how to describe things, and I think we're almost finished for today, but thank you for stopping in. If you would, you could follow us, and next time we go live, you'll get a notification when we're starting our next lesson. See, for the phone, most important is good connection with people. That's good. Oh, watching this video. Yes, that's good, EVS. Yeah, you might use your phone to watch us live. So you're watching a live stream. You can use your phone to watch a live stream at some time. Oh, thank you, Soy Maria. We appreciate the comment. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure, Anwar. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that very much too. I know, almost 2 hours now. So we'll be finishing this video or this live stream. But come back and see us again next time when you get the notification that we're going live. And we may be reviewing this same topic again for a few days, but we'll come up with more lessons as we go along too. So come back and practice with us again later if you'd like. Thank you all very much. I guess we will go ahead and finish this live stream for today. You all have been very, very nice, and I appreciate everybody taking time with us today while we practice English together. So I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. Take care of yourself and join us again next time. Bye-bye.